just exposing that.
So obviously after Mount Verde, you went to LSU. You were out open about being one and done. Like, I'm here for 1 year and I'm out. So is there even a point to go to college for that 6 or 7 months?
I mean, if we didn't, a lot of people would be losing money. So I think that's the main reason. Obviously NCAA, if they didn't have the stars coming through, then people wouldn't be watching.
If I was as talented as you, would I see a point in that 6 or 7 months of being there?
And I think no. I think I would have learned a lot more being around professional athletes. Looking at it now, I don't even really know what I learned financially or just being a person at LSU. I think I've learned a lot more with this whole year being in Philly and being a pro than I did at LSU.
So when you arrived at LSU, did they have your jerseys like in the bookstore?
Jersey everywhere. They had billboards. Before I got there, they had it's like a saying that said 25 is coming. So they couldn't put your name there, but they can put your number. And everybody knew I was number 25. So.
Was the billboard like on campus?
All around Louisiana.
Or the whole state, everywhere?
Yeah.
Wow. And